Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Secretary, good to see you. Thank you for your visit to Alaska. You know you are welcome anytime. The snow is melting and the weather's getting pretty good. One of the things that I wanted to raise again with you is the Palmer Pioneer Veterans Home. We made it through the winter without losing losing that roof, but as you know, this is something that we've been watching for a long time. This is something where just last March we got the VA Engineering Office to issue this memo stating that the threat of a roof collapse does constitute a life safety issue. It's been reclassified. That's great. It now goes to what I understand is top of the sub-priority group. So we made it through the winter and we had a lot of snow. But I am not certain that this roof is safe moving forward. And so the sooner, the faster we can attend to this. I would just put that before you in terms of prioritization. You got the good news is our engineers have come to the same conclusion you have. So it does get to the top of the list for us, but I'll stay on top of this and make sure that we stay in close touch with you. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I know all of our veterans there at the Palmer Home appreciate it. I had a meeting about a month ago with a group in Fairbanks who have been working this Fairbanks Veterans Cemetery for a long time, probably about 20 years now, and I appreciate that the VA has placed the vet cemetery there as a high priority among the projects to establish new cemeteries. Yes. But the way the list is stacked, as you well know, it puts the expansion of existing facilities. There are multiples ahead of any of the efforts to bring on a new facility. I think you've heard the benefits that a veterans cemetery in this region would be. It would serve about 65% of the state's veteran population. We have one small tribal cemetery down in Metlakatla. We have a second national cemetery that serves southeast in Sitka. We've got the one at J-Bear, but that's difficult to access. Yeah. So this is a very significant region of the state with a very significant population of our veterans. And again, they have been working aggressively on this. I'm hoping that the committee is going to be able to fully fund this account for FY25 and in future years. But what we're trying to do is to figure out if there's a way that there can't be, maybe it's splitting the grant funding so that you have a certain percent for expansion projects and reserve a certain percent for new construction. Because as we're looking at this list, it's going to be years and years before a new construction of a cemetery is going to be allowed to proceed. So maybe you have a better idea of a timeline that we might be able to report back to folks. But I'd like you to take a look at that list. We're going to try to do our best. I'm certainly going to put my shoulder into it on the committee here to see if we can't get that number up. Yeah. But even if we get it up, it's going to be a long time before you get to any new construction. Yeah, so I've asked our team to look at this this particular Fairbanks option in the context of our overall strategic goal to have, 95% of veterans within 75 miles of a hospital. And you definitely need this one. That's what I mean. So I think this feels like it probably analytically can, that may be important. So I've asked for that review. Yeah, we're 350 miles away from the closest one. Exactly. So I've asked for that review. We'll stay in close touch with you and with the whole delegation on this. Good, I appreciate that. We'll make sure that the importance of this is coming through very strongly. Good. You got it. Thank you. And I'm running close on time, but I'm curious about where we are with the claims backlog and the claims inventory and the backlog, because I'm told that following the PACT Act, we've seen that increase dramatically. We've also seen the claims accuracy backlog. I'm told that the accuracy rate has dropped to just over 83%, the lowest it's been in the last 10 years. I don't know if this is directly related to the claims backlog, what we're seeing with the increase, but know that this is an issue that our veterans are raising in Alaska. I'm sure that they are in other states as well. So I don't know if you can give us an update on that.
Definitely. Thanks for the question. Backlog as of this morning was just over 300,000 claims.
How does that stack?
Yeah, inventory is about 930,000 claims. So we're at, I think, if I remember that right, but I'll get you the specific number by close of business today, but we're at about a 31% backlog rating. Of the overall inventory, about 31% of the claims are backlogged. That's generally in the zone of what we have considered healthy for backlog, because we're not going to rush to get a no to a veteran if more development will get us to yes. That's the first thing. Second, we did anticipate, by the way, we've been able to manage this. This is kind of much on the low end of what we anticipated and frankly what our model told us the backlog would be by now. And it could be, by the way, that we're on the downside of the backlog, but it's too soon to definitively state that. The main input there is people, and we've basically increased the VBA workforce by about 25% in the last 3 years, anticipating this influx of claims. So has that impacted the accuracy because you're bringing new people on? Correct. So that's the last point, and this is where I'm not sure where 83% comes. I just got an update yesterday. We're at 93%. But there, frankly, we have a dispute with our IG too about he scores our accuracy differently. So I don't want to over-index the number, but there is quality concerns, which we anticipated because of so many new people and because of the training requirements. So we have throughout the course of the summer a quality stand down, which will increase enhanced training and an update of the training program to review these quality questions. Because again, this is traditional seesaw in VA. We worry about the backlog when it grows, so we over-index on the backlog number, so then all of a sudden quality comes down. So we have to kind of toggle back and forth between these two things. We've anticipated this. I hope the stand down that we're going to undertake over the course of this summer addresses that. And again, that's a training issue, and then that's an oversight and management issue. And again, because we're seeing the same thing in VBA, enhanced retention of our personnel, I feel pretty good about our ability to address that. Thank you for your attention to this. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Senator Peters.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Secretary McDonough, it's good to see you again.
Sure.
Thank you for being here.
Yep.
As service members transition into civilian life, it's absolutely critical that they have the tools and the job training that they need to be successful in that transition. In 2020, my bipartisan bill, the Support for Veterans in Effective Apprenticeships